Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the spot where the conversations are pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Did you bring your thinking caps? Because it's time to put them on. Because the conversation starts now. She's the best. Young, she's cool, she's hip, she's smart, she's making money. That's a recipe for success. And I love her name. Ludmia Lamothe. I take your time saying that. It's got to roll off your tongue. So she'll be with us here in a few seconds. I think she's on the East Coast. I'm not sure. She'll be here in a minute, Brains. On the edge. Ready?
Hi there.
Hello, Cupcake.
How are you?
Exceptional. Thank you for asking. How are you?
It's amazing. I'm doing fabulous.
Okay.
Like I was about to mix.
100%. I got you. I'm so glad to have you. It's going to be fun because you're hip and you're innovative, but I am going to challenge you, Queen. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Talk about entrepreneur. You know, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 5 years old. I've had my
Oh,
own business.
okay.
Okay. So, what is the strategy? What does it look like in today's environment? How does it taste? How do we reframe our old way of thinking? How do we ask for the business, work with
Yeah.
the client, and close on the deal? Hey,
Amen.
get paid. We're going to talk about all that and then some because I'm fired up. I've been waiting for Ludmia Lamothe. Did I say that correctly?
Ludmia
Ludmia
Lamothe.
Lamothe.
Yes.
What is that? French? Or,
It is French. I'm from
okay.
Haiti. Family's from Haiti.
Oh, shoot. And she's an island queen, too. So tell us a little bit about you and how you show up in the world here on the edge. Oh, Brains, I forgot to tell you where you are. You're at the spot, you at the location where the conversation is pointed. Girl.
I'm ready.
Our sharp and
I'm
the
ready.
responses are never done. She ready. She about to go on the trip. Oh, do you like those? I got those.
I love it.
I was like talking about branding. You can find your stuff, honey, because you're a traveler. And I want to hear all about everything you're doing in the world. So introduce yourself to my brains.
Okay. Hello, brains. My name is Ludmia Lamothe. I am a mindset and business coach. I'm from the sunny state of sunny South Florida, and I was born and raised there. Uh, just some background, my parents immigrated here from Haiti. So although I was like grew up in South Florida and a proud American, in my house, it was very much the Haitian culture and those traditions that are kind of like set upon us, which is become a nurse, become a lawyer, or become a doctor.
Mm. You got three options.
Yes, those were my three options. Entrepreneurship was not one of the options at all. I originally went to school for accounting, realized I do not like accounting.
Mm.
And I was just so unhappy with life in college. I was definitely
Mm.
not the partier. I suffered with a lot of depression. And I will always, looking back at it, I was like, oh, I'm so grateful for depression as a college student because I took time off from school and my mom like was faced with, okay, I have a daughter that has depression and doesn't really want to live and is in counseling. And this is not something, as much as I pray about it, it's not going away. So then the restrictions of nurse, doctor, lawyer kind of falls away. And it's like, okay, I just want you to be healthy, which was so important because it gave me the space to kind of figure out what do I want to do. And I will have to say, my adult life has really been a balance of mindset, but also being of service. I've always loved to be of service. Just like you said, you've been an entrepreneur since 5. I have been helping people since 5. I
I
I
love
would be helping people with the most random things, but it brought me so much joy because
right,
the way my mind works is, okay, this is where you are, but this is where you want to be. And I could like calculate this is this is route A, route B, route C to get you there. So let's get there.
right. Well, that's a go getter, you know. And so sometimes people, in my opinion, may construe depression as a place of sadness, but it's a place to learn. It's like a holding pattern. Some people get restricted and shackled and all that. But I mean, by a situation, they get crippled by it, is what I
Yeah.
mean. But sometimes you got to sit with it. You got to marinate in it, because you got to work through it or you're going to repeat the cycle. And this mindset, folks throw that around. That's a big $25 word. How you going to set my mind? Okay. I'll be on one. You can't set my mind, but what you can do is give me the tools, the conversation, the interaction to be able to make an informed decision. Give me some facts.
Damn.
Mindset. It's like a radio frequency. You got to fine tune it. You can't
Yes,
just set yourself on one thing. Because,
absolutely.
or everything in your life cannot be chaos because that just morphs into everything else you do, especially your money. Now that's the last thing. You need to be depressed and broke. That is not a cute look.
I've been there, done that. I don't want to do that again.
No. Okay.
No,
So
no.
at least you can go to work and pretend. But let's talk about that because you said that you work with women. Let me go back and look at your profile real quick and see what you said you work with entrepreneurial women and you empower them because they are what? They're just stressed out?
They're overwhelmed. It's no joke being an entrepreneur. You get overwhelmed by everything you have to do. You are wearing multiple hats.
You are the
Multiple.
hat. Exactly.
You
Because
are.
they don't understand. Entrepreneur, like I said, is another big $25 word. It's so grandiose. And I educate people. You are the producer, the manufacturer, the marketer, the payroll clerk, the salesperson. Uh, you got to get out there. You got to be on the grind. The thing is consistency.
Yeah.
Is this a jobby hobby? Then call it what it is. But if you're talking about doing some business and making some money, you better come to the table. And you better come to me correct. Okay? I'm not here for shucking and jiving. I don't know if that's what you're doing, and that's fine. Even if you're shucking and jiving, you want to present your best. If you have a podcast, you want to have a good intro, an outro, a good conversation. If you have a marketing business, you want to have a presence, you want to have a brand, you want to have a conversation. You better tighten up these screws because this is the great resignation. Nobody's working.
You just spin facts.
But again, the game has not changed. It's just the players, and you have to be more aggressive. I was just at this fundraiser. Girl, they raised $1.5 million in an hour and 15 minutes. Who does that? Okay, but that's a mindset. That's a determination. That's setting goals. What do you tell your clients?
What do I tell my
What do you
clients?
tell? Yes. What do you tell them?
Well, we always start with a routine. That's something I start my clients with on day one because it's your first form of consistency. What your morning routine looks like, what your evening routine looks like. Uh, it's so interesting because a lot of my clients are already entrepreneurs. They're already doing the business. And they're like, I'm not getting to where I want to be. I'm not getting to the next level. And when you're already in it, it's not a learning of skills. At this point, it's time for you to go within because I
Produce.
can bring the organization, I can bring the systems, but you're you are your business. So if you're not looking at what you're doing, if you're not looking at what are you consistent at? Are you pouring into yourself so you can get to the next level? There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can grow.
Okay. So what's made you the subject matter expert?
Ah, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I have worked with a lot of different small business owners before I even became an entrepreneur. I used to say, I'm your behind the scenes girl. That's me. I will work on the operations of your business and I will get your business running the way you want it to run. And on the other side of that, in the process of me trying to deepen my own relationship with myself, like I've done a lot of professional and personal development as far as mindfulness training, yoga teacher training. I can't remember the name of the other training. It
Well,
just
but the thing is, you're doing the work, okay?
I'm doing the work.
And a lot of people don't do the work. And there's some things I need to do some work around too. But we get lazy, and we got a right to be lazy sometimes.
Yes.
But don't let that laziness, put you behind the eight ball, because
Yeah,
everybody's out there on the grind,
absolutely.
and you sitting here, laid up like lunch meat, a big old piece of bologna.
Oh, not baloney.
So your family is now looking at your success and they're rethinking it because folks is from the old school. Certain cultures, there's just again, but we have to understand that this is a whole new breed of animal. This millennial age and Generation Z is coming up next, and we on our way out. Some of us brains, you know. So you better rock it till the wheels fall off. But mentor somebody. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Are you a mentor as well?
I am not a mentor currently.
You
Currently, I
gotta,
am
you
not a
gotta,
mentor.
you gotta pour that because it's a vessel, honey. You gotta pour that into somebody else,
Yes,
somebody
I've
that you
been
see
a
that
mentor
has
in the past. It's
exactly,
amazing.
and then that helps you build your staff too, because you CEO level.
Yeah.
What's your target client? What is your target market? Because everybody's not going to be your client. Who are you looking for that you work best with?
I work best with women. I would have to say women of color. Women of color, they're either about to start their business, they've started their business, or they're within that 1 year mark of starting, and they don't have exactly the structure or systems ready to actually expand.
Right, but see, they a lot of these people too are into that nonprofit stuff. Just go on and become a minority-owned business and get the same loans and all that, because the uh, IRS goes up in a nonprofit like a colonic. Okay, deep. So don't get it twisted. Just pay your taxes and go on. But you say women of color, so that's everybody.
Yeah.
That's everybody. And
Absolutely.
we don't want to not take advantage of this age of Aquarius and women's energy. We really need to be fun and smart about that. Well, let's talk about fun and uh, excitement.
Okay.
What you be doing on the weekend?
On the weekend. So I have two amazing nephews. Soccer season's about to start.
Oh, you're that auntie.
Oh my gosh. I will be their biggest cheerleader. My sister has to reel me back in. She's like, we can't be doing this.
Yes, you can do all
Playing against other
that.
kids. I'm like, demolish them. And they're like, you can't say that. Um, when I'm not there, I have an amazing community of friends, and we just like to go out and kiki and together.
I know. It's so fun.
Yeah. I just went to go see Hamilton live at the Kennedy
Oh,
Center.
okay? Because my daughter's at the theater, girl.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
It
You know
was
what?
amazing.
I saw. I was in New York when it was playing
Uh-huh.
in New York. I was with this, this person, a whole back. I call her a whole back. I had tickets because I be getting the hookup with the tickets and all that.
Yeah.
She didn't want to go.
Oh, you should have gone by yourself.
Don't you let nobody hold you back, your friends, okay? Don't you let them do it in your business, in your life, in your relationship, in your money. You keep them in a different lane. I just had to throw that in. If you were an appliance, Ludmia, in the kitchen, what would you be?
I'm gonna be a Vitamix.
What?
You said that threw me for a loop, but that was the first thing that jumped in my mind because we're about to shake things up and it's gonna be powerful.
Girl, and you can cool it off or you can make it hot. You can make a soup. You can make ice cream. I love it.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
I think I want to be the refrigerator
Oh, okay.
because I just like chilling.
You just like chilling. With everything you got going on. You just like chilling.
Everything, girl. I pace my life, okay?
Okay.
And that's what I suggest each one of us do. Let's talk about some work-life balance. That's why we have some fun. Okay,
Oh,
I will block out my calendar and turn off the device in a heartbeat because I need to decompress from the noise.
yeah.
The noise changes your frequency. Remember we was talking about frequency? So what you have to do is ground yourself. Slow down, do a brain dump so that you have the capacity to receive more.
Yes.
Empty that vessel into other individuals and watch it sprout and grow organically. That's what I'm talking about, young women. If you're going to try to get paid and get paid, you're not the low cost leader. Hell, you're not Walmart. Your pricing should be competitive and
Yes.
close on the deal and give good customer service. And if somebody needs their money back, give them their money back. That's bad juju. And pay your taxes. Oh, don't get me started. Make me feel like I was back on the stage speaking. You do some speaking too. Tell us about that.
I do. I speak to private communities. I haven't spoke to a public sphere at the moment, but I will have people reach out to me and want me to speak to their group of people. And I'm like, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. I've talked about business credit. I've talked about planning. Creating a plan for the future is something that a lot of entrepreneurs don't do because you jump in and you're like, okay, I'll figure it out as I go. And it's really as if you are piloting a plane and building it at the same time.
And you got to have multiple revenue streams because the hustle, okay, keep it 100. An entrepreneurial job is a hustle. I'm from South Central. I break it down to you, okay? It's the same thing. You got to get the client, you got to supply, you got to get recommendations, you got to pay the bills. Like I said, you got to pay the taxes, you got to get employees, yada yada, and you know you're a hamster on a wheel.
Yes.
Okay, but you have to be smart about that. Are you building something to expand, make it transferable? You got to have a 5-year plan, especially in this environment. And learn to work smarter, not harder. Everything is at a point and a click right now. You don't need a virtual assistant. You know, I ain't trying to knock y'all out of nothing, but I'm just saying, for the most part, they have everything, every app in the world. So if you were to have a different career, what might that be? What other interests do you have?
I would say it would be physical therapy.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it would be physical therapy. Before I decided to really dive deeper into this whole business world, I was on my way to joining a doctorate of physical therapy program. And I was so happy with that. And then
it's never too late, you know? It's never too late to take on something, massage therapy, some Reiki. You know, it's not as hard on the body. Those kind of things to move energy work. If I wasn't doing a podcast, what would I be doing? I'd probably be. I did one of those Myers Briggs. They told me that I'd be a good police officer.
I can see that. I can see it 100%. It's all over. I can see it.
They said I'd be a good social worker.
Yeah.
And it said that I'd also, I'm a hell of a team builder.
Mm,
I'm a team. I do because I love that. I love to see somebody again, like you cheer for your nephews. I cheer for my team. I cheer for my brains. Again, we're in it to win it. We're only here for two purposes, and that is to learn and to teach. And you have done both. And thank you so much for being here on the edge. Tell my brains about your current offerings, your programs, and how to get in contact with you, my baby queen.
oh, thank you. I am on Instagram. You can find me at Lux, Luxe, Signature Consulting. Uh, Currently, we are enrolling for our Overwhelmed to Powerhouse 4-month coaching program, where you go from you could have an idea or you're in just the beginning of your business to after 4 months having an established business with the appropriate systems and invoicing system, doing marketing and getting clients. That is my biggest thing. We got to charge what we're worth and get it.
That's the cost of doing business. You have to make an investment in your business when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to roll the money right back in there. You got to have money to start being an entrepreneur. You just can't, you know, step out.
Yeah. And I'll have to say, the moment my business started to blow up on another level is the moment I invested in coaching.
Mm,
And I was like, but I know what I got to do. And I was like, no, I'm in it. I
right.
need to have someone that's out of it to be
But
like, okay,
there's a lot of coaches that are still trainees, honey. They still sitting on the bench. They some disgruntled employee. They done left a company and now they the subject matter expert. They know everything. They got it all figured out. But you have to understand when you're coaching somebody, you've got their trust, you've got their money, you've got their future in the palm of your hands. They're looking to you to be responsible. They're looking for you to provide value. Okay, because I'm telling you, I've never paid for a coach. I've always had mentors, because you can't put a price on information and knowledge like that. Coaching, no, I take that back. I do. I have a coach right now. Oh my God. She's
I was like, really? Didn't we talk about your coach
yeah,
earlier?
yeah. She's an ego coach. Did I tell you about her?
Yes, you brought her
Yeah,
up a
yeah.
little bit.
But I mean, I just check in periodically. I had worked with her for 2 years. She's the business. Okay. You need a cheerleader. I've been watching football. The coach is there to keep you straight. But
Yeah,
you got to show up and do the work, baby. That's it. You pay a coach $1,500, $3,000. You don't see results. Well, there should be some accountability. There should be some boxes that need to be ticked. There need to be a conversation. There needs to be some homework. There needs to be some sort of business ethic. Because when I'm coaching you, we ain't girlfriends. We're clients.
yeah,
Don't get it twisted. I don't want to hear about your man. None of that kind of stuff. This is about business. And if
absolutely.
you don't show up and do the work, you're not going to get the results. And then if you don't get the results, then we have to, dig a little deeper. But you are just the best. I love it.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right. So again, I wish you all the best. Brains, go in. All of her information is going to be in the back. Yours is in the front. Look at that. Like, love, and share. What? Like, love, and share. On the edge with me.
you.
You. Love.